it's a lot of stuff that she has done. It's a lot of things that we wanted to show. Her career is so long. It's a 70-year career. So there's a lot that we needed to show to in order to understand how she's gone through so many historical moments in life, no? In
Hi, Marien.
Hi,
Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for your time.
thank you for having me.
Of course. And I think you are the girl that just got, you know, like the title is a girl who decided to go for it. And I think you are the one that decided to go for a Rita Moreno documentary, which is great. I love it. I had the opportunity to watch at Miami Film Festival a couple of months ago. Then I rewatched it again. And so far, it's not because you're here, but it's the best documentary of this year so far for me. It's amazing. I love it. So yeah, can you tell me a little bit about how did you decide to do this documentary?
So Brent Miller, who's the producer of the show One Day at a Time, he's the one who came up with the idea after knowing Rita on the set of that show and knowing that nobody has made a documentary on her, and he wanted to make one. And so I came into the project because I pitched an idea about how I would do the documentary, and they loved it, and that's how they chose me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't understand why she didn't have a documentary before, you know. I understand that sometimes this is the right time because it was meant to be you to do it. So, but she has an amazing story. So, and I just don't understand. So, how was like to put together like her life, because she has a lot of like high points, like ups and downs, of course. But how was like to put this together?
There's a lot that we couldn't put in the documentary, but there's a lot that we put that people didn't know. And to me, what was important, besides showing and telling her career and her great success, it was to show her as a human being, her vulnerabilities, her insecurities, the hardship moments that she had gone through, and that was to do this documentary. It was to show a woman, like many women in the United States, immigrants that go through so many prejudice, so many different situations. And what amazed me is how she continue breaking barriers and not giving up. And that's the essence of the documentary.
No, it's amazing. And like the research part, like there is a lot of like uh, images like from the past. Like, was that very difficult for you? Like, how was that process?
Yes. So all the archival footage that we have, it's thanks to a group of women who were looking for all that footage. But it's a lot of stuff that she has done. It's a lot of things that we wanted to show. Her career is so long. It's a 70-year career. So there's a lot that we needed to show to in order to understand how she's gone through so many historical moments in life, no, in the United States through her. And so it was not easy to find all the footage and to be able to to get the permit to use it. But I think the fact that we had such a great team behind, starting with PBS American Masters and with Act 3 Productions, we were able to do everything. Mostly everything that I wanted to do is in the documentary.
That's amazing. And you also use stop motion to animate it. Why did you decide to go through in that route to do the animation?
To me, I wanted the animation because I wanted to show the vulnerability of Rita, that little girl. And so the paper dolls represent that woman, that little girl that pretends to be whatever they want her to be through the different clothes that she gets. They would put her different dresses and she would be whatever that she needed to be through those dresses. But it's not until 10 years ago that she has finally become who she really is, and she's not pretending to be anymore. And that's why those dolls are there. It's also because when she was a little girl, she used to play with those paper dolls, and I used to play with those paper dolls as well. And the paper represents that fragile, that fragility that she has too.
Yeah, I used to play with those too. I remember like having the changed my little dolls. Like it's amazing. I think it's awesome. Like and there is like I don't think the documentary is controversy, but touches in a little subjects that are very important to everybody to know, especially if you a younger woman, a Latina younger woman, that to see what happened to Rita since she started until this day, and to get to that point. I don't know if that was your intention, not to not to show too much and just to celebrate Rita. I don't know. I have that feeling that you just want to note what happened through the story. You know what I mean?
So I think that's her story. I mean, there's the only controversy I would say, which is not controversy, but it would be when we talk about her as a Puerto Rican doing West Side Story, which is a movie that, although is a huge movie in the United States, represents the Puerto Ricans in a way that we don't like to be represented, and that's part of the documentary. Other than that, I'm telling her story, and her story shows a lot of her really sad moments of her life and how she was able to continue going forward. And I think it has to do a lot with therapy, and that's why she talks about it in the documentary. I think she is who she is today because she went through therapy, and nothing stopped her because of that. She went through suicide attempt. She went through rapes. She went through so many difficulty moments in her life, but she's a strong woman, and that's what you see in the documentary. A strong woman who went through all of that, but at the end we celebrate her because she is a celebration. She's always happy, and it has to do with therapy.
I think she's amazing. She always was amazing, and she's more than amazing now. Especially with her age, she's gonna turn like 90, and yeah. I think it's incredible the power that she has, and she's gonna. That documentary is gonna show a lot of people how much she's a strong woman, and how much we can look up to her. You know what I mean? So I think it's amazing the work that you did, and also like when you approach her, like what was like her feeling, what she thought about, like to have a documentary about her.
Well, she also wanted the documentary to be a documentary that was honest, and that was great because that's what I wanted also. She didn't want the documentary to be just a show reel of her career, but to see her as a human being, and that's why we have her without makeup, driving to set, putting her own makeup, without a wig. All of those moments that we show her in the morning in her pajamas, preparing breakfast, all of that is there because we were able to follow her around and to show her the way she is. And although that's what I wanted, I'm lucky that she was okay with showing that part of her as well, because that's what makes the documentary a documentary that anyone can relate to, because we're all Rita and she's like everyone else.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. And you also have the privilege to be closer to her because of Marcel, your son, that works on Day at a Time, which is an amazing show. Unfortunately, not anymore. I felt like, and I think it's amazing everything that you've done. Do you think you have enough material to have a part 2 documentary?
Oh, I had enough material to make a whole series on her life. It could have been a docu-series, because I have over 80 hours of
Wow.
material and we only show 90 minutes of it.
Yeah. Okay. So let's throw in the universe. Maybe you can have like a second part, or a docu-series on her, which will be amazing. And Marien, I just want to thank you so much for your time, and it's a pleasure to talk to you, and a lot of success. And tell your son, dale papito, dale. I love that, because I tell to my son here, dale papito, dale. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, bye.
Bye. If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.